Team Shine. All right. Good morning, everyone. Happy Super Saturday. Willpower special class. We only get willpower once a week. It's been on the schedule since day one at the same time, same place. I always say this is our VFit church. We talk a little deeper inspiration. I like to have a theme for the weekend. So thank you for showing up. I missed you the last few weeks. I was on vacation, but it gave me a lot of inspiration and clarity, and it's good to step away. We all need to do that now and then, especially through the last couple of years. So I want you to come to the center of your space. This is an important time. This is your sacred time. This is time you cannot outsource to anybody else. This is something only you can do for yourself, which is to move your body, work your mind, take care of that body where your soul and your spirit live. So honor this time, respect it, put the work into it, right? And we're just gonna start by lifting the bottom of one foot at a time. Just kind of alternating right, left. And this morning we've got Alex, Amy, the whole family there, the Gibbon family, Krista, Papa Peter, Sandra, Liz, Kelly, Becky, Arlene. You're just happy this morning, Arlene. I love it. Sydney, Virio, Letty. I'm twinning with you today, Letty. Letty, Valerie, Dawn, Eileen, Amanda, Pam's coming in, Aaron's coming in. So willpower is a beautiful workout. It's cardio, it's low impact, it's got balance and mobility. So it's working the body in a functional way. And then we layer the inspiration, and you just can't help but feel good leaving this class. Morgan's twinning too. It's a dream, believe, do, repeat day. Good morning, Aaron. And those of you coming to retreat, there's a few of you, Aaron, Alex. We are 1 month from retreat kickoff. If you're local, I hope you can make it to at least the solstice dinner on 1 month from today, June 21st. At Big Rock, we're doing a special barbecue dinner and solstice meditation, or any retreat. You're all invited. It's the 21st to 25th. It's going to be incredible. Just now I'm lifting the bottom of my foot off of the floor. All right, who else just popped in? Good morning, Pam. Good morning, Eileen. And now with both feet, we spend a couple minutes warming up the feet and the ankles. That's the smaller muscles, right? You don't build a house on quicksand. You don't build a body on a weak foundation, your feet and your ankles. You can tell I haven't done this for a couple of weeks. Here we go. Lift the heels. Lift the toes. I did teach bar a couple times this week, but it's all these small muscles, right? We lose them quickly, but we can also build them back quickly because they're smaller. Couple more. And today, just sharing some of my personal, internal, just revelations, thoughts, some goodness from vacation. I did share some while I was over there. But I just feel there's like a lot of energy with the moons right now, and coming off the last couple of years. And this word that keeps coming to mind is shift, right? We're constantly shifting. Shift is a good thing. The one thing you can always rely on is change will happen. So we resist it. The change is ultimately how we take the change is ultimately a good thing. So hold it up here. I want to start. I actually found this morning from one of my fellow mastermind friends. Close your eyes, lift your heels. Just find some balance here in your body. You're on your tippy toes. Arms are out. Good morning, Cheryl. Did I say hello, Amanda? And it says, no matter what you are facing today, never forget pain, discomfort, hardship is temporary. You can't avoid the storms, but you do get to decide how you respond to them. How you respond determines your future, not your failures and your setbacks. So with that, take a big inhale, right? Well, if you're in a storm, know how you respond to setting up your future. If you're coming through a storm, where is it leading you? All right, go ahead, take it down. Toes forward, and we're just gonna float. Actually, we're gonna take it into a couple planks to set some intention, and then we'll get into the cardio. So we're gonna take it into a couple inchworms here. Everybody walk it out to plank. If you're not coming to plank today, you're going to come right here to chair pose. So 2 choices. Walk yourself out to plank. Hold yourself strong in this plank. And I said the word shift to you, but that might not be your word. Throughout this class, you have one specific goal I want you to focus on. And that is to find a word. You might already have it. It might be something you do every week or for the year, for the month. I want you to find one word, because we attract, we become what we focus on, what we set our intentions on, what we pray about. You know it to be true where you said that. So I want you to find a word, and I'll share mine. Shift is the ultimate word, kind of the overall word. It doesn't have to be your individual word. It's not mine. And then take it back in. Just hang here for a second. Maybe rock side to side. The dog wants back in. So with this word, this is something you are desiring more of. You want more of. My word is, and I share this in classes, is presence, right? Having that like true presence, being in the moment, being in the season. Take it back down to plank. Penny's sneezing like crazy. Hold it down to plank. All right, so again, maybe close your eyes, start to feel this word. Let it give you a little bit of goosebumps. Maybe it makes your heart flutter. Maybe it scares you. Maybe you need to do something big, make a big change, make a big shift. Be whatever the emotion is. Maybe it makes you a little anxious. And then walk it back in. We'll go through that one more time. Maybe you have no word. And if you want to share your word, please, I invite you. Somebody else may need that word. Take it back out. Maybe it's bravery, courage, compassion, forgiveness, patience. Come back out to plank. Start to feel that power of that word swirling around in your body, through your blood, through your heart. Ooh, that word. Again, it's so powerful. And from that, walk it back in. Walk it back in. Roll yourself back up. Plank's a good way to get nice and warm. Is that Mary coming in? Good morning. Mary, look, we got a bunch of us on Team Shine here. And from here, we're gonna head into some steady state cardio for the rest of class. It should be 22 minutes. Down and up, and we'll go through it all. I always laugh. Here's your cheering committee. They missed you all the most. Oh, look at nice Valerie's dog. So I just took a 3-week vacation to Maui with my family. And let me tell you, none of this is to brag. I'm telling a story of just kind of a year revelation that came to me. And we're just gonna move, and please come in the chat box, share your word, maybe any words of wisdom. This is about all of us. It's Super Saturday. Yes, right to it, Anne, you didn't miss a beat. Hello. And we were gone. That was a long trip, 3 weeks. And I think this was literally the first time, felt like in a lifetime, but in at least the last 10 years, that I really let myself just take off. And it's because I share that because I was working with my life coach, Melanie Clark, we talk about needing a coach. Where are your coaches? Get coaches in as many areas of life as you can. One of the best investments you can make in yourself is in a coach. And again, we have that just with our trainer team in exercise. You can go deeper or find a coach out there, life-changing. So I had been working with Melanie Clark, a couple more squats, who I shared with you all through different talks. One more time, down, up. And she's really big on manifestation and prayer and attracting, again, what it is that you want, seeing that picture, being that. And so we have been working for a couple weeks on how do you want your vacation to go? What do you want out of it? And you can do this in any area of life. Obviously, pretty awesome a vacation, but you can do it with work, family, a bad situation. And you start to, so I kept this word presence. And I'll explain why that word was so important to me this year. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna head into the lunge. You're gonna come down, bring it right back in. I want you sharp here. Yes, Liz. Oh my gosh, Liz is on like stunning leg. It kind of looks like June Lake, but I know it's not. Down and up. No, this is the first side. We just started. You literally came in when we just started the squats. And so this word presence was so important to me. And it took, so weeks before the trip, I started just deciding, right? You get to decide. This was going to be my focus. This season of life, 3 young kids, that's crazy and hard and chaotic, running a business, being married, in it all, like this season of life is just so special and fleeting. And yours, we're all in a different season. That's a beautiful thing. But so that word presence was really important to me. Hold it out, down and up. And at the beginning of the year, I had set 3 words, and in fact, it's on my computer. I look at them every day. Joy, connect, and presence. And I realized I can't really have the other 2 without being present. My brain is, woo, crazy place to be. I'm sure some of you can relate. It is always feels like it's spinning. It's going. What's next? What do I have to pack? What do I have to plan? Who has to be where? What's the fun idea? It is like, drives me nuts sometimes. It's always going. So that word presence was for so many reasons. Woo, down and up. Down and up. And I'll flash back now, rewind, hold it down, pulse, little pulse. 2, actually I'll go. 1 big revelation I had at the very beginning of my trip. And I want to share this, and this is nothing political, nothing polarizing. This is true, what I felt. We went to Maui. The last couple of years have been crazy, right? We all know that. We went to Maui, and just luckily timing, like all the restrictions, everything had been released. It was just like business as usual. Come down, come up. And we had done a bit of traveling throughout the last couple of years, trying to still, have experience, live life. And I talked to a lot of people on the trip about this. Going out, there was something so tangibly different, and energy is, you just can't, you can't ignore it. And the energy of the world has been so toxic that you can try to have all the fun and do all the trips and really be happy and joyful and healthy and present. But like, I just felt this shift, and it was so tangible. Like I was telling Melanie, like I felt this flutter of joy in my heart that I didn't even know was missing because it had been gone for so long. Like it was just this moment when we were there, and it just, traveling went well, and people were nice to each other, and something just felt so different, because I hate seeing people mean to each other. Like that has just wrecked me, watching so much hatred and anger, and it's really, really, I didn't realize the toll it had taken on me. And so I felt this moment of joy that I didn't even know I missed, because it had been gone so long. Hold it up. Stop for a second. What's your word? Is it finding you? Do you have it? All right, here's that word shift. And that's where that word for me. Maybe you don't feel the shift. Maybe you're not there. Maybe you're ahead of the game. Maybe you've already had it. But I firmly believe, and I said at the beginning of class, we can't pick our storms. We can't pick our challenges, our heartache, our biggest storms, but we can choose how we react. We always have control over that. Woo, 2, 1, hold it back. hold it back. So I felt literally like this weight, this beautiful, heavy, not beautiful, this heavy weight that I didn't know I was holding on to. Bring it up, released. So maybe your word is joy. You want to feel that again, like where your heart is just happy. You know that feeling. It's like a flutter, a tickle. Here we go. Releasing judgment, releasing negativity right here. Let's do that again. Bring it up. What is something you need to let go of? It's a big moon cycle right now. It's a releasing season. Bring it in. Maybe it's cutting your hair. I talked about that. I cut my hair. I've seen a lot of people do something, release something. Forgiveness. Let something go. Yes. Bring it up one more time. One more time. Beautiful. Bring it in. Maybe to yourself. Maybe you've been too hard on yourself. You're doing amazing. Let me tell you, every single one of you, you're here, you're showing up, you are doing amazing. Own that. Let's go. Down and up. Down and up. All right. Now we're going to flash back a year ago. And I did share this story a little bit. I don't know if everyone saw it, but we all have traditions, right? We all have things that are important to us, whether it's trips or something we do. And for most of us, in some way, that changed over the last couple of years, whether it got taken away, canceled, changed. And that's hard for us to accept. And then what happens, and these are just my revelations, are when that comes back, or you have the opportunity to do that again, that whatever that ritual, that trip, that experience, we tend to want to like do it exactly how we did before. So for me, going to Maui is our family trip every year. It is one of the most sacred things. It's something we prioritize. We do every single year. And it's not just this beautiful place. It's like stepping away, building our kids together, strengthening their relationship. And so when that was taken away in 2020, I was like, you can't feel bad about that, Rochelle. You've got your health. You've got this amazing community. Like you try to justify not being sad over missing something. Here we go. One more. Woo. All right, team, looking good. Let's start on the other side. Step. Step. Hopefully you're tracking with me. So in 2021, this is really where my revelation, we were able to go back on our trip. And so that was awesome. So grateful. And again, I feel silly in some ways even telling these kind of stories because I'm like, dude, you're going to Maui. Like people's like, but this is bigger than that. This is where I believe like being spoken to through from a higher power. So last year we were able to go, but there was so much stress that came with going. It was a really just friction-filled world out there. Hold it down, bring it up. Hold it down, bring it up. But I was determined to bring some normal back into our lives. Normal. Track with me on that because I'll have something big. And so last year, we get there, super stressful. Weeks before it was stressful because you had to do all this stuff. And so when we got there, I'm expecting everything to feel the same, be the same as it was prior. And that created, and this is where I want the lesson, part of the lesson, that created a division within me. And I didn't realize it at the time. And how that came out was anxiety. Super, super anxious. Here I am, 2021, in my favorite place with my family. Like it couldn't get any better. And I was just crippled with anxiousness. Like just this, I just remember even on Mother's Day last year, Brian was like, who are you? Like he called me out on it. And that was the pivotal day because I wasn't present. I was as disconnected as I could have been, but I was physically there. It was crazy. Here we go, down and up. And luckily he caught me halfway through our trip, and I just like decided, right? We have a lot of power of our decision. I don't want to be that way anymore. I'm trying to to be in the past, to have these experiences, to make up for lost time. Like, and it was so disconnected because guess what? We have all changed so much in a beautiful way. If you're showing up, if you're taking care of yourself, if you're here today, you believe that you have changed in a better way. And so your experiences are going to be different. Your level of like what matters, who matters, like that's all changed so much. Hold it down. And so if we try to stay how we were, and that's where that word normal, what does that mean? Like, do you really want to go back to some of those things that were happening? The busyness, the who has what, all the material stuff for me. Here we go. Bring it down, bring it up. So when you're out of alignment with what your soul, your spirit, your destiny, your calling, and you're holding on to something from the past that you think you should be or feel, you're going to be out of alignment. And you need to shift. You need to shift up to that new level that you're at. And so for me, it started, and I haven't talked the whole year, I did not talk about this really to many people, because it doesn't just happen. You decide, and maybe you flip a switch right then and right there. Like again, it knocked me into like a better state of mind, but it took, hold it up. Yes. Woo. I don't even know what time it is. Oh, here we go. Take it back. Here's that shift. Are you out of alignment right now? Do you feel some sort of disconnect within you? You can be going through the motions. You could be healthy. You could be happy. I wasn't unhappy. I wasn't, I was still, but there was a disconnect. And so over the last year, and it's so crazy, it came back really in a lot of ways to that wellness wheel. And we added that connection piece of the wellness wheel, that 8th pillar. Connection, I believe, on a spiritual, on a personal level. All right, take it back. We have 8 minutes, team, doing good. All right, bring it up. Woo! Yes, nice help. Peter, looking good. Arlene, take it down. If you get quiet, see, it's one thing to just pray and to just ask and to journal and to go through all the things, but you got to get quiet. You've got to listen. You've got to take the time to receive it back. So over the last year, and I didn't even have an end mind and goal. I just knew I didn't want to feel that way anymore. There was a disconnect. It wasn't crippling. It wasn't debilitating. It was just off. And so I had to do something to shift up to my new level, not staying in the past, not staying in the 2019 Rochelle or the 2019. And so I said, I'm going to start putting in the little steps that we talk about. We practice, we preach, but I want to fine tune them. And it came with 2 things for me, and it will be different for everybody. 2 big things for me. 2, 1, turn it up, is the first one was prayer, church, my community here, faith-filled community. I started spending a lot more time reading scriptures, being around people with strong faith, journaling more, praying more, but really listening. Like I would lay in bed in the morning, 10, 15 minutes, and just listen. You know those times, I think we all know them. I was laughing with my other coach, I have a business coach too. I was like, and whatever you believe in, but I was like, why does God always like to wake us up at like 3 in the morning? Like, why can't it be like a better time? Like, I'm dead asleep. I don't want to be up at 3 in the morning. But he realizes that might be the only time you're going to listen, because you're go in the rest of the day, or your mind's spinning. So don't just listen, take it in, maybe write it down, journal it, and then go back to bed. Don't overthink it. Don't get frustrated. Why? you're woken up. Definitely hormones can play into that. All right, let's step it back. So that was one of my first things I really, over the last year, have been very, very focused on. Really, really helped me. So if you're feeling, maybe that's an area you want to strengthen, whatever feels right to you. And then the next biggest area, and I always say on my wellness wheel, self-care is my hardest pillar because I love everything I do. I love running VSET. I love my family. I love helping at the school. And you can love everything you do and still get burnt out. Still have nothing left to give at the end of the day. All right, here we go. We're going to curtsy, side lunge. Curtsy, side lunge. So Lauren was actually a really big inspiration on this one. Actually, the 100-day challenge was the first inspiration. You guys know my mom hill. My one little walk up a pretty steep hill takes about 20 minutes. In the 100-day challenge last year, I made it a goal to do that once a week. See, it starts little. That's how we build a habit. Then I found, oh my gosh, this is my office in the mountains. I get so many downloads. I get so much goodness. So I started doing that walk almost every day, taking the dog. The dog loves it. I don't let anyone come with me most of the time. It became a really special place. So I always say, find your mom hill. Find your place where you can go and kind of listen. It comes back to that quietness. I remember when Emmy was going through the stuff she was going through in October, I would just go and run up that hill and like bawl my eyes out. And that was okay. It felt so good. So find your mom hill, your place you can release, think, detach, whatever you need. Find your mom hill. And then the last piece I'll take you to, whew, we're getting there, is, and this was a big, this is why I love our team. Through Connect, through these classes, we better each other, right? There's that saying, iron sharpens iron. Make sure you're around people that sharpen you, lift you up, build you up. This is not just exercise team. This is a community. These are friendships. These are people you can lean on no matter what. Believe me, I've seen it through the hardest of times. So Lauren inspired me. Here we go. On her vacation in February, that she would go out every morning for like 30, 40 minutes and run. She probably ran like 30 miles, but it wasn't a long amount of time she would go. And she'd check in her polo. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I never thought to just like escape real quick by myself on vacation and just go fill myself up for the day before. I always felt guilty about it for some reason. So I'd sneak a workout or try to do it in front of everyone as we're like, it became a chore, but I like to work out, so it's not negotiable. My family would probably send me home if I didn't exercise. So I started in Palm Springs, that trip we took. Here we go, other side. Down, we're almost there. Telling my family, I think this is the important statement. If you find a hard time taking care of yourself or taking a step away, this is important to me. And this makes me a better mom, wife, person, whatever it is. So I did that in Palm Springs. It was only like a 4-day trip. But I noticed, I'm like, I am so much more present. My brain isn't thinking, when am I going to work out? I need to work out. I was like, I don't care if they're mad at me for a half hour. They're going to see I am so much better. It might not be exercise for you. It might be something else. But you need to have some habits in your life, and go back to the wellness wheel if you're totally lost, that you will not negotiate from. That's you core value, right? And it's okay to own, like for a lot of us, it is exercise. It calms your brain. It gives you chemicals that make you a nicer human being. There are so many good things about exercise. All right, 3, 2, we're just about at the end. We're gonna do power knees for 30 seconds on each side. So, long story short, and this wasn't just to talk about me, it was just to give you a peek into my brain in hopes that it sparks something bigger in you. Where are you disconnected? Where are you needing to shift up? No one here is shifting down. You're not going down. You're only going up. And not everyone's going to go up with you. That's okay. Some people might, ooh, they hit their ceiling. They're not going any higher with you. That's not your job. Other side, here we go. And then once you recognize the shift, you start to find the things that shift you up. Another thing for me was keeping my weekly coaching meetings with Melanie Clark. Usually when I'm on vacation, I cancel them. This time I made sure to still meet with her. And now you guys saw I went for a run, almost a run. Oh my God, you would have never heard that from 2019, Rochelle. I went for a run almost every single day in Maui. Right? Sandra knows this. She's like, what, did you just say run? Because it was enjoyable. It was my time. And then I shared with the group, okay, we're done. I felt in alignment with that word presence. I like get teary-eyed thinking like, for the first time in a few years, you might not even know the feeling of something anymore. So big inhale. Do not discount the power of a word, the power of intention, the power of shifting. And then you have to do the work. You have to do the work. You have to get coaches. You have to continue investing in yourself and doing the things that bring a higher level to your life, because the world needs us all right now. That's what it comes down to. The world needs us all so that we can begin to bring everybody else up, wherever level that is for them, but up, up, nicer, happier. Oh, so good. Yes, I came back fully. Thank you, Viri. You always are so kind. I recorded that, so I'll share it. But I just been sitting on that, thinking, all right. So many little lessons in there, but I hope, again, that wasn't just to talk about me. It was to share in hopes that it lights something in you. All right, beautiful work, team. That felt so good. Willpower, so special. Okay, we're going over to the strength and stretch. 20 more minutes if you're with me. If not, have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye, Angie. See, yeah, Alex's shirt says it. Be Fit gives me power. Yes, Arlene, Thousands Club. Look at all of us. This was the shirt of the day. How funny is that? All right, I'll see a few of you in a second. Bye.